So you help clients with it. You help. How do you do that? How do you go into a organization and
Oh,
help them with that? That's a very touchy area.
it is. And that's why I do my favorite is to do one-on-one coaching. Yes, I'll do small group coaching. When
Hmm.
it's one-on-one and they start talking to me about someone who is being sarcastic. And so I want to learn, they say, I want to learn how to deal with them. Then I ask
Hmm.
the questions, could that be a form of bullying? Are you a target with one bully, or is there a pattern that a lot of people pick on you?
Hmm.
And once it could be that one, but they still want to figure out, how do I deal with that person? And then we come up with different strategies. If
Hmm.
it's a pattern where there are a lot of them, well, then there's a personality situation where they really have to get stronger and stronger and not be that victim and not have that victim mentality.
Okay, so it's kind of a two-way street then. In other words,
Yes,
that person in some ways attracts that type of a bullying in their life or that type
yes,
of treatment in their life. And so it starts with that person first, it sounds like.
yes. And I have a bullying story that is personal.
Hmm.
Again, many times, and Tom, I know this, that you know this because you're
Hmm.
you're a phenomenal consultant, that sometimes we have blind spots. So for years, I was bullied from some friends, and I didn't call it bullying until I started doing my research, when I started, really getting into bullying, workplace bullying for my practice. And they asked questions that judged my life, whether it's why I'm still working, why I work so hard, believe it or not, why I wear makeup. I'm
Really?
very serious.
Huh.
And I, like many of my clients, like many of your viewers and listeners, I got defensive because I didn't have the skills at that
Hmm.
time. And I said, well, it's because I like to, or it's if working, the phone is still ringing and I know I still can help people with their communication or conflict resolution skills. Once I realized that I was being bullied, that's when I started going deep into the research and figured out, what can I start saying? And
Hmm.
there are, I mean, believe it or not, I've used with certain people who really get in my face. I actually say, I hold up my hand. I don't mean right in their face, but I'll
Uh-huh.
hold up my hand and
Okay.
say, you know what? Let's not even go there. And
Hmm.
that is showing power. That is showing that I am not that weak target anymore.
Hmm. So Joyce, that's a great little technique right there. So you actually hold up your hand and say, let's not even go there. So it's actually physical and verbal that you're using to
Yes,
cause this person to be aware of what you are requesting.
absolutely.
Hmm.
And it works. And I've only used it maybe 3 times in my life, and they don't get upset. Now
Hmm.
they could. It
Hmm.
could, everything that we talk about in this interview, Tom, could backfire.
Hmm.
Because if your bully is off the charts and a real personality disorder, a bully plus a narcissist, then you're, whatever
Oh
you
boy.
do isn't going to help.
Okay. So
But
that's a
if
whole
you,
different story.
a whole different story. But
Hmm.
if you start with that,
Hmm.
or
Hmm.
this is my favorite one that I use, not almost every day, but whenever people are looking at my life and questioning me, I say, I'm curious. What makes you so interested in what I do? I
Hmm.
didn't say why, because
Great.
that automatically will push, but
Hmm.
that pulls it back. By asking them a question, I'm
Uh-huh.
not pushing them, I'm pulling back. I'm curious, what makes you so interested in how I live my life?
Hmm.
And then and they usually shut up. I don't know if you're allowed to say that on your show, but
Sure you
they
are.
usually they shut up. Again, if they're off the spectrum, you're
Hmm.
still going to get pushed back.
Hmm. That's a great question.